One where you had all those black intellectuals on stage every year and everybody watched all day live on C-SPAN? Yeah, I know the one.
Let's bring them back.
Well, I am pleased to tell you that if you go to KBLA1580.com right now, you can sign up to be in the audience here in Los Angeles when we go back live on C-SPAN with a stage full of black thinkers and influencers for a historic conversation. America has never seen a stage full of black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's going down Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. Once we reach capacity, you'll have to watch us on C-SPAN. But if you want to be in the room when we go live from Los Angeles, Tuesday, June 18th, head to KBLA1580.com right now to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. With KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
I believe up there. Hey!
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
At the end of the day, loneliness is just a mindset. I won't deny that it can be difficult to get rid of feelings of loneliness, because the desire for companionship is deeply ingrained in human nature. However, this doesn't mean that we have to suffer when we are alone, and that we cannot enjoy ourselves in solitude. A more positive outlook on spending time by ourselves, whether we choose to or not, is the concept of aloneness. Human beings are social creatures that thrive on social interaction. But the amount of human interaction that is needed to not feel lonely is kind of subjective. Some people spend the majority of their time alone and don't feel lonely at all. Others feel terribly lonely despite the fact that they are surrounded by people all the time. There's no doubt that some people are not fun to be with at all, and their presence only makes one feel alone and disconnected. But in many cases, it's not a certain situation that causes loneliness, but the position we take towards that situation. When we think of it, what's actually so terrible about being alone? Why should we, for example, feel restless when we spend our Saturday night in solitude? For a significant part, I think it's nature. In a tribal age, we simply needed the group to survive. Without a tribe, we were subjected to the harshness of nature with its wild animals and sometimes lethal weather conditions. Even though biologically we are still those tribal animals, the rules of life have changed drastically. Most modern societies do not require us to mingle at all to survive. This grants us the freedom to go our own individual ways if we want to. For many, this lack of necessity for human interaction has indeed led to social isolation and the suffering that comes with it. And some take social isolation to the next level, like the hikikomori in Japan, that have withdrawn from society almost entirely. I would agree that a certain degree of social interaction is joyful, healthy, and also empowering. However, I do value that we at least have the possibility to live on our own and don't depend too much on others despite the solidarity we miss out on. Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi saw that the ability to forget each other is better than to be clamped together out of necessity. I quote, When the springs are dried up, the fishes collect together on the land. Then that they should moisten one another there by the damp about them, and keep one another wet by their slime. It would be better for them to forget one another in the rivers and lakes." End quote. As soon as we see...
Man, oh man of Chevys. Tonight's topic. Are you chosen by God or by your unhealed wounds? Is God the puppet master behind your wounds? You think because you're ignoring those wounds that somehow you still get to desire the best of the best in relationship life. Nah, God sent you a spiritual irritant so those wounds could get agitated, so you could recognize what you need to work on. The idea of being chosen by God has been a central theme in many religious and spiritual traditions. It has often been seen as a divine calling, a purposeful selection by a higher power to fulfill a specific mission or destiny. Don't you know healing your wounds is a specific mission and okay, cool. You don't want to see it that way. You just want to avoid feeling the feeling of being hurt again. Who taught you hurt? The person who nurtured you first. I know you're not ready for this. The notion of being chosen by God, right? Chosen by God can instill a sense of significance, purpose, and worth in individuals as they are part of a greater plan or purpose. On the other hand, being chosen by one's unhealed wounds is a concept that delves into the darker aspects of human nature. It highlights how our past traumas, unresolved issues, and emotional scars can shape our perceptions, behaviors, and choices in life. By being chosen by one's wounds, it can lead to a sense of victimhood, self-sabotage, avoidant behaviors, and distorted sense of self-worth. The question of whether someone can be chosen by both God and their wounds simultaneously. Here's the secret caveat of the show. Do you want to know why I did it this way? The question of whether someone can be chosen by both God and their wounds simultaneously, and how to differentiate between a genuine calling and a manifestation of wounds are crucial in understanding the complexities of being chosen. It raises the issue of discernment, self-awareness, and the importance of healing past traumas to uncover one's true purpose and identity. Listen very carefully. The first physical manifestation of God we ever meet is who? Our mother, our primary caregiver. She is God and the administrator of the wound. Were you ready for that? That's attachment theory. Your primary caregiver. Your mother. Do you understand what we're doing tonight? Now listen to the topic again. The chosen. Chosen by whom? God? Or your unhealed wounds? You are chosen by both simultaneously. Why? Because your mother, who is always seen as some type of God in every culture, the first one to love you, the first one to feed you, to nurture you, to heal you, to bring you up, that's the first person to hurt you. You are chosen by both your wounds and God simultaneously. And relationships are designed to reveal what parts of that wound needs to be addressed, needs to be healed. Your mother keeps giving even when she's gone. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Dana from Los Angeles, please give us your final thought.
Oh my God, it was so much. When you were just explaining this part, I really got it, because I was thinking of, you were like, are you chosen by God or your wounds? And I'm thinking, for the believers, the Bible, God knows you before you're even born, so he knows everything that's going to happen to you. So if you're experiencing trauma in this life, God already knew that.
Boom.
And then when you get in a relationship with someone and they become, or they're that reflection, or you drew that person to you to heal those specific wounds. And then I thought of the mother, and the mother experiencing their first trauma with your mother, and then Mother's Day just tagged how all these tie together.
How about it?
Okay. Yeah, you've been my teacher a long time, so I kind of know how you think. A little bit.
Hey, Dana, I appreciate you for bringing L.A. in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight in Zinga, Pensacola, Florida. Get in here.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Zoe.
Hey, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
It was a good topic. You had some good questions. As far as
talk to me.
The chosen, I think we're all chosen, because I remember you saying to incarnate is one of the hardest things to do. I think the question is, are you choosing your calling? You know, a lot of us, I think we tend to ignore the calling that God has put over our lives to do other things, especially when wounds are involved. And so I think the wound, as Rumi stated, the wound is not only where the light comes in, it's where people can see God through you. So for a little while, I was doing a peer group for me and other daughters who lost their moms. And so I was, I guess, transmuting that pain to help other women. And we would get together once a month and we would just talk. And so eventually I'm going to restart the group. I stopped it for a little while, so I'm going to restart it. But again, I feel like I kind of was uncomfortable and ran away from it a little bit, but I want to start it up. So again, I just think that we're chosen, but are you going to answer the call? And some people do answer the call.
That's right.
And
that's right. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question real quick. Would you say that the womb or the wound is synonymous with being a womb? A wound is a place you can give birth to something. What are your thoughts?
Yes. I'm a mother's only child, so I tend to like to be by myself. And I remember you saying, like, when I first started listening to the show, I commented something in the chat, and you said, you can't just be in isolation. You have to work on yourself and you have to do things, or it's more like solitary confinement. And so I took that and, you know, I work on myself, meditate, pray, do all that stuff, so that way it doesn't feel like jail. And when I go around people, you know, I'm a little more equipped to deal with sometimes what comes with being around, you know, groups of people. In that wound, there is healing, but you have to do the work to get that. It's just like when you're coming through the birth canal, you know, whether you have to, you know, the doctor and the mom's pushing, but the baby, I assume, is doing, you know, there's some gravity and the baby's doing his thing to get out of the womb. So, you know, there has to be some work on the person who's in the womb as well. And I just, there was one other question that, the last one, are those who are chosen by God inherently more deserving or special than others? And that just makes me think of favors not fair. I hear a lot of people say that as to, as to say, well, God favors them over others. But I think when you have favor over your life, it's an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm.
When God favors you more, I think you go through more because of that favor over your life. Wow. And so that's just how I've always kind of seen. I don't think that, God loves not that I have enemies, but God loves your enemies just as much as he loves you.
Right.
And so I just think favor ain't fair is, sometimes you're going to have to do a little bit more because of that favor that you may have over your life.
Right. I love that, Nzinga. Guess what you just did?
I brought Pensacola in the building.
Pensacola, Florida. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Can you imagine God's expectations of you versus your significant other? Do you really want to be chosen by God? Huh? I'm one of the chosen. If your life easy, you're not chosen. I'm sorry. If your life is just floating by and you ain't got nothing really important to do, your spirit hasn't put its imprint on reality and resonated throughout the world for people to say, I needed your existence to make it another day, you're not chosen. I'm sorry. When we come forward, the voice of reason, I'm going to Hawaii. I'm going to Mississippi. I'm going to Dallas, Texas. Hey, and I want to come back to Los Angeles. Get to your phone lines. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Part 2 on how to discern the difference between our intuition guiding us versus our trauma misleading us. 1, we have to make sure we've attended to our wounds. If we haven't, our protectors are going to show up. That is what's going to happen. That's how our bodies work. It's how our minds work. They're going to protect us. 2, if we've done this work, if we've truly done this work, then we have access to our self-energy. We have access to our confidence and courage and clarity to be able to navigate a situation, not from a place of over-responding, not from a place that is truly fear-based, but centered, making a self-led decision versus a response that is coming truly from a place of extremes.
How to know the difference, right? Between whether if our intuition is speaking or our insecurities, our fears are speaking. This is powerful work tonight. We got people on the line, man. Everybody's on the line. People want to talk. Let's get them in here. Let's get Sean from Hawaii in here real quick. Sean, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, brother, aloha, and I love all the callers. I love all the input. So my thing, God is the universe, right? I mean, in my opinion, I'm not religious. So I don't think there's expectations from the universe. What I do believe is you're going to get all kinds of crises. You're going to get all kinds of things thrown your way. You're going to have to show resilience. You're going to have to show guidance. And you're going to have to communicate with people about your wounds. Now, on a first date, I wouldn't say that, right, Zoe? I mean, I'm not like on our first date, let me tell you all about my stuff, right?
Right.
But as you grow together, as you communicate, as you are chilling at the beginning and trying to get to know each other, eventually, be honest, open up, and do all that. Because I guarantee you, when the crisis does come, because as human beings, that's the universe will throw that at you. They're going to throw the crisis at you. You're going to be able to deal with it as a team. And nothing's perfect, may not work out, but at least you understand what's coming your way.
I love it, Sean. Thank you so much, man. And aloha to you.
Thanks, brother.
And love to your family,
aloha,
man.
Brother.
Hawaii is in the building because of Sean. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're on fire tonight. You already know what we about to do now. We ain't heard from her in a while. But Lord, she has returned to the fold. Nikki from the SIP. Nikki from Mississippi. Talk to us. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Brother Joe and the fam. I never left the fold.
I know. You've been on the sidelines watching. I know.
I'm always I'm not ever far from you all.
All right. So, what do you think about tonight's topic?
Well, first of all, it's not either or, it's both and.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have to be at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Are we choosing enlightenment over romantic life? I'm choosing both. Because I need them both.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do one well without the other one.
Mm.
They function for me together.
Mm-hmm.
The better I get at one of them, the better I am at the other one.
Keep going.
So you just sort of vacillate back and forth. I don't think it's either or. I think that perhaps the way you fall out of sync when you're seeking the enlightenment, one of the ways is your attention shifts immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritually, there's definitely going to be a way we fall out of sync, because what happens to us as our desire for enlightenment increases is our taste will change.
Mm-hmm.
Taste can be in your taste buds, in your ear gate, what your interest is, what's your eye gate, and that will immediately show up as a reflection in your intimate relationships, which of course means your physical is going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Solitude is required because at some point you have to get in a position where you can be quiet and hear from the spirit, universe, whichever deity you pursue.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have another thought on doing versus being. Before I say that, I'm going to say one more time, womb, W-O-M-B, versus wounds. One more time, I'm going to ask you to do that with Dr. P.
We gonna get it.
Way in last year.
We gonna get it. Me and Dr. P gonna come in here and we gonna do it. Now you just tell me the name of that topic one more time, please.
Womb. I'll even send it to you again.
Please send it to me.
But womb, W-O-M-B, wounds. Because I think
wounds.
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Are they ready for that?
No, I don't know, but I had some thoughts I sent you. I'll send them again.
Please.
Because I think that sets us up in a way we have not considered. And I think we should talk about it, especially in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the doing versus being. I think Jesus, because that's my deity of choice, but this could apply to others.
Wait. Stay right there. We got to move forward. But when we come forward, because you about to cook, I feel it. Stay with us, Nikki from the Sip. She about to go in. Here we go. When we come forward, more from Nikki from the Sip.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Washington, D.C.'s mayor is getting negative reviews from local residents in a new poll. The Washington Post reported that Black Mayor Muriel Bowser's approval rating in a new poll has dropped to 46%. That compares to an approval rating of 58% in a 2022 poll. Poll respondents criticized the mayor for her handling of crime, public safety, and education. The mayor called the poll results a report card on a particular moment in time and said her administration will still work hard to deliver results regardless of what the polls say. A group of Chicago aldermen won and battled Black Chicago Transit Authority President President Dorval Carter to resign or be fired by Mayor Brandon Johnson. At least 20 aldermen have signed on to a resolution that calls for Carter to step down. The measure blasts Carter for inadequate service reliability, hiring, security, and ridership. The resolution is expected to be introduced at the May 22nd City Council meeting. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
A word from Original Taco Pete, where Tuesdays are all about $2 tasty black tacos. Join us today and every day at 3272 West Slauson Ave off Crenshaw, or order through Grubhub, Uber Eats, or OriginalTacoPete.com.
Hi, it's Tavis Smiley. First, thank you for your support of KBLA Talk 1580. We deeply appreciate you. So, I get asked all the time, Tavis, when are you going to bring back that State of the Black Union Symposium you used to do? You know the one where you had all those black intellectuals on stage every year and everybody watched all day live on C-SPAN? Yeah, I know the one.
Let's bring them back.
Well, I am pleased to tell you that if you go to KBLA1580.com right now, you can sign up to be in the audience here in Los Angeles when we go back live on C-SPAN with a stage full of black thinkers and influencers for a historic conversation. America has never seen a stage full of black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's going down Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. Once we reach capacity, you'll have to watch us on C-SPAN. But if you want to be in the room when we go live from Los Angeles, Tuesday, June 18th, head to KBLA1580.com right now to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. With KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
I believe up there. Hey!
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes, why should we be silent? Turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
First of all, it's about loving yourself. And you've set up a life design, all of you, in one way or the other. It's about loving yourself. You're not going to find a man. Why? Because your soul is smart enough to know that it's sticky. It's sticky stuff. Just like finding somebody else is going to distract you. It's about loving yourself. You're not going to find anybody until you can love yourself. It's a beautiful plan. Look, if you're into statistics, look into the statistics of Schomburg who are single, or single without children, or single with children, doesn't matter. Why? Because you have bad breath? No. Because you don't have much personality? Well, not at all. You got great personality. You designed it that way so you could have time to fall in love with yourself. So you don't need a man or a woman or anything else. You don't need a dog or a cat. It's about you. And your life design says, discover yourself. Now, I would come back on you and say, why are you so desperate for a man? Why? There's just going to be another lifetime with another one of those man experiences. This is the lifetime to be with yourself. Why not take that same passion and that same energy and invite your...
Wow. If the universe is fine-tuned, could you have fine-tuned your life by choosing your choices before you came here? I know you don't even want to think that deeply. You think relationships are superficial. You think this spirit stuff don't mean nothing. Could you have designed your life? The man said life design. Well, they done found out that there is a universe design. It's called fine-tuning. Okay. Believe what you want to believe. Let's get our good friend back in here to finish her final thoughts here. Nikki from the SIP. We love having you up in here. You be preaching. You were about to get into Jesus, and I need you to continue doing that. Please, break it down.
You were talking about fine-tuned. Okay. Fine-tuned relative to doing versus being. Consider this food for thought. I think Jesus was vibrating so high all the time in enlightenment. He was a human being, but we recognized him as a human doing because we, in our flesh self, our pursuit of the enlightenment, have not reached a point where we can consider, understand, accept that you can vibrate so high like we do in this room, where we're dropping life-changing diamonds, but it's all the time. We are emitting that all the time. It looks like doing because that's what we're taught to think doing looks like, but it's not. We're human beings, not human doings. When you are pursuing your enlightenment and growing in it and tuning your life to the next levels. I love it. Food for thought. Because every level that you progress is a tune. We talked about the tuning fork last year. So challenges, whatever you call them in your life experience, when you recognize Satan clause in you and how it shows up, the moment that happens, your tuning fork switched. Because now you know, wait a minute, that's Satan clause. That's that girl in the dress again. Now what am I going to do with her this time? When you finally get to a place in your life where you can recognize that that's that girl in that red dress.
Right. Keep going.
And she got me last time. Okay, your tuning fork just switched because back there you didn't recognize her till it was too late. Jesus, being human, was so full of that light in that was happening for him all the time. We can get to there too. Tantric sex, meditation. We can elevate ourselves to the place where it's so much light coming in that you're just emitting that all the time. And it's not a doing. It's not something you are walking, sitting, and doing. It is you sitting, walking, and being.
Right.
Love does that for us.
Nikki from the SIP, let me just say I appreciate you, sister. Whenever you have time to call in, you know you're more than welcome to do so. Guess what you just did?
I brought the SIP in the building. I love everybody.
Yes, we love you, Nikki. Nikki from the SIP. I enjoy her every time she calls in. She's amazing. Let me get my brother in here. You already know. My brother's on the line. Truemonger from Dallas, Texas. Truemonger, it's your time to shine. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Yes, sir. Oh, boy. There's a lot to digest with this. I was looking through the questions. Like, one of the questions was, what are the consequences of... Make sure I get it right. What are the consequences that a relationship can do and the person
Wait,
chooses to take a spiritual path?
You breaking up a little bit. But say the question again.
It was about the question about your partner choosing a spiritual path and what the consequences are. It can really separate you, especially if your partner doesn't understand where you're going or the path that you're on. And sometimes people can be arrogant with it and make their partner feel small just because they feel a purpose coming over them and they feel like they need to pursue it. Even though they're within a relationship, everybody's still on their own individual paths. And sometimes your partner might not understand that. They might struggle digesting that. If you explain to the best of your ability, they might not get it until it starts to happen for them, if it even happens for them.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes people just need to check their ego when they're going through this, because their wounds, because like you were saying, your wounds do play a role. Now, you can choose to let them hinder you and stunt your growth, or you can choose to learn from them, tie them in, connect, because they're connected to God anyway, or the higher power, or whatever label you want to choose. It's all connected. It's just a matter of what choice you make when that lesson's in your face.
Right.
Are you going to stay on the victim side of it? Or are you going to learn from it, work on yourself, continue to grow, and push forward?
I love it.
Some people like being on the other side, on the victim side of it.
Ooh.
So they always feel like they can get some sympathy.
Ooh. Acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, it's my wounds. I don't want to work on them, but I just want you to acknowledge them, feel sorry for me, cater to whatever I'm lacking, because I don't want to do the work myself. I want other people to try to do it for me while I stay in this so-called comfort zone of wounds.
Come on.
But I said, don't nothing grow there.
Right.
You're
Don't
gonna have
nothing
to step out
grow
of
there.
it.
Man.
Don't nothing grow there. You're going to have to step out of it, face them, put in the work, put in the effort to better yourself, to be better. Because like Nikki was saying, like some other people were saying, we were taught doing. And we assume that's being, but a lot of that is just performance-based. Once you really get into the being part, the doing, you don't really have to think about it because you are it. You're not fixed in it because you're always in progress.
Right.
But you're not putting on performance. You just be.
Come on, True. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, guess what you just did, True Monger? I gave you extra time today, brother, and you brought the wood, man. We appreciate it, man. Guess what you just did?
You brought Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building when I come forward. LA steps back in the room, man. Hawthorne, California. When we come forward, there's even more.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, SWV was my co-host tonight. You already know my playlist is my co-host, and we love sisters with voices. You know, it was an amazing show tonight, but we got another caller on the line. Let's get the callers in here, man. LS from Hawthorne, California. LS, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
So my thoughts on tonight's good evening, King Zone, and everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for the healing blessings. But this topic is so amazing. This portion in that you said that our wounds, our mother also could be choosing the lessons that we have. And then you go to another clip where you talked about or someone believes we choose our lives before we get here, and this determines the experiences that we have. And I am a firm believer in that we have a choice. God gave us freedom of choice. That means that somewhere before we even got here, I believe that we had this opportunity to choose what experiences we would have in order to grow ourselves, to achieve the spiritual correction we needed to live on in the wonderful bliss of no pain.
How about
and bad experiences. So, if in saying that, that means something that happened within your past life, you didn't get it together. And so you decided, yes, these experiences, as harsh as they may sound or horrible they would be, that would definitely be something I can do and get over through because I can do it. So go send me back down there. And I believe once you got here, you may have been like, hey, I don't remember signing up for this. Because you had to go through the womb, which is the matrix or the portal, however you want to call it, from the place from before until now. So if you believe that you chose this life and the experience that are happening to you, you also chose because you felt you could overcome them and achieve your spiritual correction, then that makes you accountable. And if you are accountable for the choices you made, you cannot play victim. You have to accept that, yes, I chose this, I manifested this. Apparently, I put on my big girl panties or big man boxes, whatever you gonna do. Put them on. And say, put them on and get out here and do the day. Because somewhere along the line, you chose it for yourself. You knew that you could do it. Go and get it done.
Let me ask you a question.
And that's what I believe.
Let me ask you a question really quickly. Are you saying that free will extends beyond the life you're currently living?
Had to. Or else how can it say everything that was made was before the foundation of the earth? That's what it say in the Bible if you are biblical, right?
So that's part of fine-tuning. You fine-tuned it as an extension of your free will before you incarnated on okay. Lord, LS.
That's too much. That's too much. That's why I don't talk to people. I'm too weird, right? You can't tell that to people. They will try to lock you up. So please don't get anybody to come pick me up. I am just out here trying to live a normal life in the world with the regular people, and I don't tell everyone this. But I can be a
LS.
stranger on here and y'all not know me.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the call. You brought Los Angeles in the building in a major way. You have been chosen. And you must therefore use such strength and heart and wits as you have. The keys to patience are acceptance and faith. Accept things as they are and look realistically at the world around you. Have faith in yourself and in the direction you have chosen. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. That was J.R.R. Tolkien, by the way. Let me do this really quickly. A friend of mine who is a pastor here in Los Angeles, his daughter went missing on May 8th, 2024. Her name is Katie Collins. She's 14 years old. My brother is a pastor. He is a member of the Cigar Lounge that I'm a member of. He handed this to me yesterday. Pastor Torrey Collins is his name. His daughter's name is Katie Collins. She was last seen May 8th, 2024 in the vicinity of Western between King Boulevard and Vernon Avenue, getting into a blue pickup truck. And that blue pickup truck is frequently seen in the area of King Boulevard, Western, and Vernon Avenue. Again, it's a blue pickup truck, and it's frequently seen in that area. She was seen getting into that vehicle, the pickup truck, the blue pickup truck, May 8th. She's been missing for a few days now, and needless to say, although that brother is a pastor and he leads his church, I've been to his church on Manchester before, needless to say, he is distraught right now. Katie Collins is her name. Her father's name is Torrey Collins. Her mother's name is Kim Adams. If you see anything, hear anything, please call her parents. The number to dial for Pastor Torrey Collins is area code 323-335-9470. That's area code 323-335-9470. Her mother's number, Kim Adams, 323-218-1169. Kim Adams, 323-218-1169. Katie Collins is missing. She is only 14 years of age. I had to get on the air and I had to mention that for my brother. Listen, we appreciate everybody for tapping in. You don't have to agree with anything we said. We just wanted to have great dialogue and actually challenge you to think beyond your norm. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper, the voice of reason, always on top.